we've also got the tariffs that are being put on countries around the world. Everything prices are going up, for example. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but you know, just let's be aware of all of this. We've also got people in America protesting because they're not happy with the their finances being looked at. You know, you don't want people going into, your grandma's or your mother's details, personal details, and having access to that. Apparently, that there's been and I'm just going from what I'm hearing with these cases and these discussions, for example, hearings, or for example, and apparently that there has been a breach, according to a good source has said this, for example, that they feel that there has been a data breach, and it's been the biggest one in American history. So, data breach is also important for you as a business owner to make sure that you have got the relevant GDPR policies in place, the HIPAA policies in place, for example, if you're doing healthcare, for example, and that you're protecting people's data and making sure that you're registered with the relevant bodies to be able to hold people's data and access people's data. Now, I don't know whether this Doge team has, because it is a committee, I don't know whether they have that right to do that, because that's not for me to say. I'm just discussing what I'm hearing. But it just seems that there's a lot of focus now on these contracts and these conflicts of interest, according to the bodies in America that are discussing this as well. And the $400 million contract that was given just recently, a couple of weeks ago, for the purchase of a cyber truck. So there's a lot of questions to do with cyber trucks, for example. So there's a lot of questions as to why do we have these type of contracts? Where have they suddenly come from? And also the contracts and the subsidiaries that are being paid out, and also with regards to the contracts that are available, you as a business owner need to make sure that you're adhering to those contract acts and laws that you are governed by, for example. And you don't want to, just because you possibly see someone who's possibly on the edge of this, for example, you don't want to be breaching any laws, for example, because it will get you into serious trouble. But like I said, don't stop looking for contracts. You keep going, because you've got a business to run. Because if you stop looking for contracts, then that means your money will stop. So you've got to keep pushing forward and try not to, if anything, you learn from what you're hearing. You learn, no, I don't want to do that. No, that's not right. I don't want to do that. So when you're applying for contracts, you apply because you want your business to grow. And Elon Musk, he wants his business to grow, and it is growing to massive amounts, incomprehensible amounts, for example. But I'm not saying for you to be like Elon Musk. All I'm saying is for you to apply for contracts that's going to help your community and help humanity, and for you to give back to your community. That's the reason. And your family, you want to have the business quality of life. so that you can help if you want to give it to charities, things like that. So think about these contracts that I'm talking to you about, but also bear in mind of the power positioning that can happen when you're dealing with this. Is like high profile, isn't it? Elon Musk and President Trump, for example, very high profile people and public figures. And we need to look at what is the government, the use of these government contracts that you can win without any, or being seen as any influence, or later on being seen as an influence, a conflict of interest, for example. So how do you position yourself for success? Well, like I said, government contracts aren't just for billionaires. They're not. They're for people like you. They're for people like you. So small businesses can get contracts. So don't be put off, because I think some of you are put off because of you seeing this that's happening. So it's kind of like frightening you a bit. You're thinking, well, they're not going to give it to me. They will if you apply for the right ones. So you just got to make sure there's nothing that's controversy with regards to the contracts that you want to apply for example. And look, Elon Musk, he's been using AI. That's part of his technology. He calls himself the tech guy, for example, because that's his specialism, isn't it? But what I'm saying to you is to use AI automation to give your business an edge. Musk is doing that to give himself that edge. He's using AI in unthinkable ways, obviously. But what I want you to think about is that you can apply for contracts and you can discuss that you're using AI automation. We offer AI automation services for businesses as well. So if you want a free audit, for example, or a AI audit in your business, then please do book a free 15-minute appointment with me and I will gladly speak with you about it. So position yourself in the right industries. This will give you access to better opportunities for you that's going to be suitable for you, for example. Now, there's question as whether, the Elon had an inside information. There's question about that. I can't answer that. That is for the courts and the legal teams to deal with. But what I want to say to you is that looking at building your network, because it is your net worth. You go and visit the GPs, you visit social services, you visit your community, as well as applying for government contracts as well. But also you're going to be building business relationships, because that is what Elon Musk has done, is built very strong business relationships, for example. So what should you do about this? Well, you look to see what contracts are available to you right now. Like Elon Musk did, you can do the same. What business niches that will, really be available to you in the private sector, for example. And also look at what AI automation tools you can use to stay ahead of your business, for example. How do you position yourself in 2025 to secure contracts that have really good business opportunities. And by starting, this is how you position yourself. You got to start. You can't just sit back and wait for the phone to ring. You got to get out there and meet everyone. Meet who you are wanting to work with, so that the relationship is being built up and it gets stronger and stronger. So join me tonight live. I'm going to be going live shortly. And I look forward to speaking with you all then in my live. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but join me, because I want to make sure that I cover a few things, because some of you have got some questions that you wanted some answers to. So I'm going to be answering them at the end of the live tonight. So do join me tonight, and I look forward to speaking with you all very soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye for now.